Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I will be sharing a part 2 of Mabel and Honoria storyline on season 2. Yes, to be honest, I'm kind of, having my doubts if there is gonna be a season 3, but we will be getting into further details. But before we do, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you guys have watched season 2, please let me know your personal thoughts on the relationship and on how things have ended. So let's get into it.
We're plotting this proposal as we speak. What? And will never, ever understand me. So she's a person's digestion. I'm hardly shy, Conchita. If I see someone I like, I'll speak to them.
I've met you.
But I'm one.
Go on then. I'm attached.
Yeah, so basically, if you guys don't know, in this case, Mabel and Honoria storyline have been going on since season 1. They definitely, in season 2 got way more camera time that comparing to season 1. In season 2, they actually get a couple of minutes in every episode, which is pretty good. But yes, as we all know, this couple have been going strong. They have been building, but there comes a moment in time where, questions starts to be answered if they're gonna last, if things between them will work out. Will this be a successful lesbian storyline? Yes or no? And I guess by the end of season 2, we can say that we have got some answers. And to be honest, the answers definitely didn't match up my expectations. But we will be speaking more about it. So let's get right into more details and just elaborate everything that happened. Basically, the series is called The Buccaneers. Yes, The Buccaneers. Hopefully, I have spelled it correctly. You can watch it on Prime Video and Apple TV as well. It's basically about a group of young women that goes to London in the 80s to basically go and seek for wealthy men in order to get married and settle down in London in this case. So everybody kind of has their own story, their own journey on how they build their relationships and get involved with the people that they get involved with. On one hand, we have Mabel. She is basically Lizzie's younger sister who engages in a secret romance with Honoria. And on the other hand, we have Honoria. She is very shy and very to herself. She's very quiet. She doesn't have a lot of friends. And she's also coming from a royal family. So yes, and that's how she and Mabel also, get involved with one another. I'm not gonna go into all of the details on how they met since the jump. I'm just gonna continue towards to part 2 because I have done a part 1 regarding season 2. So this will just be a follow-up of part 2. So where I left things off at, in this case, season 2, is that Mabel and Honoria, they were basically living in a room together because of financial cuts that the family had to make, in this case on Honoria's side. So the two was basically spending a lot of time together, and from episode number 3 you can start to see that in this case Mabel's mother actually came back in the picture, and her mother was just having this conversation with Mabel about telling her like, hey, when are you gonna find somebody to settle down? When will you, finally decide to do the right thing and not embarrass this family? Because her mother knows, that she likes women in this case. But her mom also wants her to find a husband and to settle down and to find somebody. Obviously, later on, Mabel, she had a very strong conversation with her mother. And then later on, you can also see that she went and she spoke to Honoria about the conversation that she had with her mom. And obviously, Honoria already knows how they go. She was just being supportive towards Mabel. And then later on, you can also see that in this case, Mabel's mother actually hired one of her close friends in order, to help her gain a partner. So she basically hired and said, hey, I wanted to help out, Mabel, for her to also, get her significant other, get her match. And obviously her friend was down for it because, she was going to get paid by, in this case, Mabel mom. And later on, you can see that that's exactly what the friend was doing. On the other hand, we can also see a lot of development when it comes to Honoria. You can see that Honoria at the beginning, she was very shy, very to herself. She never spoke to nobody. She was always just close to Mabel. But you can basically see that she starts to progress into her own personality a little bit more by gaining more out, being more fun and being more spontaneous, and just seeing things a little bit more different as how she used to. And obviously that also surprised Mabel because Mabel started to realize that Honoria was okay with a lot of things that in the past she wasn't okay with. So she started to see a whole different Honoria, which was also good but also worrying at the same time. And things between the two definitely took a shift once, Honoria was, basically introduced to an opportunity to actually go to, in this case, to French, to go and, work as a teacher in a rural area. And obviously when Mabel heard about it, she was very surprised that Honoria could even consider going, because in the past she would never do that. She will always stay in her comfort zone. Later on, you can see that, Marble, she definitely came to her senses and she had a conversation with Honoria where she was very vulnerable and very open with her. And she basically just told her, like, to sum it up, I'm the first girl you have been with. I am the first person you have maybe felt like this before. I have been with women, I have kissed women, and I'm your first. I want you to explore. I don't want you just to limit yourself to me, or to basically one day look back and regret just being with me, and I want you to be happy. If going to French just want to go make you happy so that you can go explore and be with other people and experiment different things, I will be here to support you, even though it's going to hurt me, to sum up. And obviously Honoria, she does, you can see that she does want to go, she does want to take the step, but she also doesn't want to lose Marble. But she also somewhere somehow understands that Marble, somewhere somehow, she is right. You can see that Honoria is, in this case, Marble is the first person that, Honoria have been with, that she had this connection with. So yes, I do get what where Marble was coming from. And also on the other hand, you can see that was basically like the last moment when I felt like they were saying goodbye to one another on a romantic level, but not, all overall, because in the last episode, you can see that Honore also goes through another tragic way. She actually ends up losing one of her closest brothers, because the other brother eliminated him because of some family issues that they had going on with his wife. So I feel like this might be another reason that Honoria might take this opportunity to go to French. We don't know if Mabel will go with her, because Mabel also had a very vulnerable conversation with her mother where she was like, hey, all of my friends got married. Everybody, is already settled with their significant others. What is for me, is me being in London even worth it anymore? Can I go back to you? Or can I go back home? Maybe they're back home, I will find, mines. And her mom had this very deep conversation with her and just saying, like, even though you felt happy here, it doesn't mean this is your only happy place. Maybe there are other happy places for her. So they kind of left like the open question. So we don't know what is going to happen moving forward to season 3, if there is going to be a season 3 in this case. But right now I can say that how the show left off, it kind of left off in a way that we can say that Mabel and Honoria, they know they will might part ways, or they might not part ways, but that they are actually okay in letting, their love story to go on hold at this moment. And also now with everything that Honoria has going on with her family, and also Marble being in this mental state, not wanting to be the only one that doesn't have anything going on. So it's gonna be a lot of questions that will have to be answered in season 3, because the way season 2 it left off, I feel like I got the message, but also at the same time I just feel like it's an open questions that needs to be answered for all the viewers. Hopefully this couple doesn't break up. I really, really, really do hope they don't break up. I really do feel like maybe in season 3 they will go somewhere else and start a new life together, maybe in France, since Honore already got the opportunity there, or maybe somewhere else just to have a fresh start, but not to give up on this beautiful, story that they have built so far, and that definitely brought a lot of viewers more closest to the series. But only time will tell. Yes, guys, once again, this series is highly recommended, especially, season 2. Once again, it is called The Buccaneers, and yes, it is available to watch on Prime Video and Apple TV. It got 2 seasons available, and me, I will definitely rate their storyline a strong 7 out of a 10. I wanted to have more of them, but I feel like we got enough, because there's a lot of storylines going on, so they kind of have to budget out all of the storylines. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, and goodbye.